Here you go, boys. Say, you both look like you got a furphy or two to tell.
G'day everybody and welcome to Crackin Furphys, the podcast where we crack furphies over some cold ones. I'm your host Drew Agnew, and joining me along the bar are my good mates Tom, Ash and Dan. Boys, how are we going today?
I'm quite good. How about you guys?
Yeah, good.
I'm all right. How are you, Tom?
I'm quite good. I'm nursing a slight hangover, which I don't think I'm alone today. This just seems to be the day for it.
Yeah, we've had quite a few hangovers on this show so far, but we have started recording on a Sunday, so I guess that's bound to happen.
We're going at a rate of one a week at this rate.
We've got two this week.
Good strike rate.
Also, I would just like to share with you guys, I've got a new Goose shirt.
I think I will cause problems on purpose. That sounds like a very Goose thing to do. Very fitting.
Yes, thank you. I embroidered it myself. I didn't really. I bought it off the internet.
He embezzled it himself.
That doesn't even make sense.
And I can attest to that because when I used to live with Ash, he would just randomly grab items, things that he did or didn't own, and just move them slightly around the house.
I did do that, yes.
Just a bit of pain in the ass, yeah.
People would be like looking for things for so long, and I've moved it just enough for it to be undiscoverable for them because they don't normally know where it is.
That's the worst.
Problem honking as well.
Another one of my favorites would be somebody would ask me to pass them something. Say when you're eating dinner, somebody would like pass the salt. I would grab the salt and just move it further away.
Jesus Christ. You're an awful person, Ash Wallace. So before I ask you boys what you're drinking here at the pub, I've done a cardinal sin. I brought my wife to the bar, everyone. So on best behaviour, no saying any crude jokes, no admitting that I'm a sly bastard. I'm just a dirty bastard here at the bar, but I've got to be on my best behaviour here with Chantelle, my wife here. Chantelle, how you going? It's the first podcast we've ever done together. I know you're a bit nervous.
Yep, first one.
Yep.
Sorry, we've got an audience of like 5 people, so no need to be nervous.
I make no promises on the crude joke department, but I will try.
As Dan said, we've got an audience of 5 people, and 4 of them are us 4. So,
and the other one is the Pakistan Super League.
Just like the one moderator there at HQ over there.
That just copyrights us because I don't even know what. Maybe it's my beanie. I've worn this every time it's been copyright struck, but this is from a different league. Not even the same sport.
Pakistan Super League and NHL brothers in arms.
Maybe one of their teams has the same logo. I'll look into that afterwards.
Well, but then that's a whole other copyright issue.
Yeah.
So,
anyway.
Yeah, well, Chantelle, she helped me put our stories together today. So if they're a failure, just let her have it. let her have it. Just be like, you know what, these stories suck, Chantelle. Yep.
Well, we're usually pretty cutthroat when any of us do bad stories.
We are very, very cutthroat.
No holds barred.
Don't hold back on my account.
To be fair, she did step into our world, so...
I just want to ask quickly, is my audio okay? Because my microphone setup is less than ideal at the moment. I've got the same mic as usual, but it's just laying on the desk sideways because I don't have my microphone arm or anything to prop it up on.
You'll be good. Maybe just like a little bit closer so we can hear just a little bit more volume.
How's this?
Oh, God, I got goosebumps there, Ash.
That's so much better. It's you can hear you clearly and we don't have to look at you.
That's why everyone just downloads it.
10 out of 10 cats.
So we're all working
like this. Here we go.
Jesus. So we're all working with hangovers and Ash is in lockdown. Ash, I want to talk to you about how you're trying to, you're in South Australia now, you're in Adelaide, you're in a quarantine. How's that going for you? That seems like an ordeal. You're sort of covering it on your Facebook, your Instagram stories with all your food that you're getting.
It's actually keeping me sane doing the periodic updates. It's kind of fun. It's one of the only joys I get in this fucking room. No, I'm actually, to be honest, I'm not hating it. It's not that bad, but I am only. This is day 3, so I've got another 11 days to go. I assume I will be going crazy by the time I get out, but at the moment it's fine. I'm just watching loads of Taskmaster. Playing some games with people. It's business as usual, really. I'm just not working.
Are you taking the opportunity to just relax, enjoy it?
Yeah,
I
I don't really have any other options.
No.
I did do a workout today that nearly killed me, but there's nurses in the building, so hopefully I'm in the right place for that. Yeah, it was interesting getting here. I had to drive probably about 13 hours on Thursday. That was not enjoyable.
No.
With a police escort for part of it as well.
Yeah, so
I
from
believe.
the border at Yamba, I had a police escort. That was so much more interesting than I thought it was going to be. It was like an armored convoy. It's like they were transporting like prisoners to a maximum security prison. So there was one police car. There was 8 vehicles. There was one police car at the front of the pack and one police car at the back. So that's 10. And then there was a motorbike as well that would like whip up and down the whole line when it needed to. So if somebody like merged into our line, the motorbike could go from the back, say it's at the back, it'll merge into the other lane, speed all the way up and get next to the car and like wave it out of the line and tell it to speed up to get out of our way. And then it would like, if there was a big intersection and we had to turn right, it would pull up on the intersection and stop the traffic going the other way so we could all go in one go. It was pretty wild.
It was it like was it the same policeman like the whole way? Because that would suck if he had to go the whole way.
No, so there was a handover, and after the handover happened, there was no police motorbike. So it was much less interesting after that.
Yeah.
It was about halfway. I think it was in, I don't know the name of the town. I think it was Blanchetown. Is that right? It's near Adelaide.
We'll take your word for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
We
where it
don't
was.
know.
I think that's on the river somewhere.
Yeah.
It was like halfway between Yamba and Adelaide.
Blanchetown it is. Sounds about right.
I thought you of all people would know, but moving on.
Dan, he doesn't go outside his house either. He's got no idea what's outside those walls.
It's just him, his books, and his nuclear fission. That's it.
And his backyard mutants that we've just learned about.
And his
Right, they
big
haven't read the
underwear.
news yet, so let's just keep that on the down low. I don't want any.
They're actually one of my news stories, funnily enough.
Yeah, it's been an eventful week for all of us actually this week. I signed the contract for my new job, and I was a bridesman yesterday, which is the source of my hangover.
How was the wedding?
It was quite good. So it was at a golf club. We were getting our photos done on these golf buggies. The bride at one point was like, I need to go to the bathroom. So someone gets her in a golf cart and drives off. Photographers just drive off as well. They don't tell us anything. And so the groom and the rest of the bridal party are all kind of just hooning around in golf carts being like, oh, we're still getting photos done. We ended up, someone almost flipped a golf buggy. We strapped someone to the back of one. It was a good time. Had to give a little speech as well, which went down all right. So
Yeah, how were you at the speech? You're like,
Give us a little taste of it. What did you say?
Yeah, was it nice?
Oxford Dictionary defines wedding as the process of removing weeds from one's garden.
Is that what you? Please tell me you said that.
No,
in the speech.
I didn't.
Oh.
I was tempted because the bridesmen
Are you sure you
did
didn't misspell it as weeding when you typed it?
because that's a Simpsons joke.
Oh, okay.
But because I was very tempted because the bridesmen did our speech as a group of 3, and I was given the job of kicking it off. So I was going to try and start with an little Macquarie dictionary, but I thought that wouldn't go down too well.
Oh, you've moved from Oxford to Macquarie? I reckon he's already selling us Furphys. We haven't even started yet.
He's planting the seeds.
Can you trust anything I say? I think not. But yes, and you guys back home in Millicent have had a week as well.
Yeah, it's been interesting. How have the brief restrictions affected you guys?
Yeah, I don't know, not too much. Out on the farm doesn't really affect me. I know Chantelle running the gym in town affected her a
Yeah,
little bit more.
it was definitely hit and miss. Like, oh, well, I won't be open tomorrow. Um, just a lot of, navigating all the different,
All the rules and stuff,
yeah.
trying to figure out what's going on. And
It's especially rough on small businesses, and in a small town, I can only imagine it'd be even harder.
Yeah.
So many people, like you have no idea what's going on, and it might not have even happened. But if someone heard a rumor down in Millicent, that's it. Everyone's closed the doors, bought out all the toilet paper. They're not going outside.
wipe your ass for another week, just till it's red, just with that much toilet paper.
Yes.
Just I got Ash with that one at least. Anyway, didn't like that.
Yeah, you were telling us to be clean with the jokes.
I didn't say you had to be.
setting the
I
tone.
said you didn't have to be clean.
Oh, well, my mistake.
So no one's drinking anything tonight. No Furphys have been drank. We're only going to try and crack them.
So this is homemade watermelon vodka.
Oh,
Interesting.
Fancy.
And
Very interesting.
Tom did say just before we got in here that he had made himself a homemade cocktail. It does sound quite good. I don't have anything because it's quite difficult for me to get alcohol at the moment.
can you order room service? Just just a couple of 4X, thanks,
You
mate.
can, but I could find the sheet, but you get limited the amount you can have a day, and I just I can't be bothered. Like, they're probably going to ask me how much I've had, and I'll be like, I haven't had any today, you idiots. Like, I can only have 6 beers a day, which I guess that's enough. But
Yeah.
if you wanted to get if you on it, your friends are just something like this, say, and your friends are like, hey, let's get really drunk. I'd be like, I can have 6 beers. So I can see how it would be pretty annoying.
Why don't you just start fermenting your own urine and go full Bear Grylls?
That's a great idea.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
Overcome.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
Well, you could just order 6 beers a day and just accumulate them. Just
Yeah, I could do that, but then I guess I still have to pay for them as well, and then if I don't end up drinking them, I might just have 28 beers.
Oh, they'll make you go into bloody isolation. The least they could do is share some beers.
Yeah, you'd think so.
I really want Ash to be day 14. He's removed all the couch cushions off the couch. He's hollowed them out and turned them into a suit. And he's just waiting in there for someone to let him out.
There's only one couch, and I don't think the cushion is removable. But I'll just cut it off. Who cares?
Exactly.
I was talking to somebody today about taking the TV off the wall and just saying it's mine when I leave.
Yeah, actually, before we move into the Furphys, guys, how did you get all your computer and that to your room, Ash? Because you did have to catch a bus from wherever you dropped your car off to get there.
Yeah, so I had to put the whole thing. The bus had a trailer, so everybody could put their stuff in that. I took a fair bit in, but there was another. I went here with 4. There was 4 of us, 5 of us in the bus. One of them was a couple. They took well over double the amount that I took in, and that's including my PC. And I brought my Xbox and my PS5 and my Switch. So I brought quite a bit. There's a funny story about the stuff that I did bring in it as well, is that because I only packed everything the day before I left, and because everything's in lockdown in Melbourne, it's very difficult to buy stuff, and I don't have a suitcase or anything. So I just didn't get one. Why I brought my washing in is it was just all in a washing basket.
Oh, God.
I was loading into the back of this trailer, just 2 loose PC monitors, a washing basket full of clothes, and this guy was just looking at me. I was like, I don't have a reason for this. It's just how it is. Leave me alone. But I got it all in, so it's all right.
You're they're still dirty, but I'll wear them again.
The washing was clean. I can tell you that much.
I was hoping that story was going to go, brought all my consoles and my computer, forgot socks.
No, I was very particular about making sure that I brought all of my socks and underwear. I put them in a separate bag, and I knew I wouldn't forget this bag just because I take it everywhere when I go places. So I was like, that's the one thing I'm definitely going to need. Well, not maybe socks so much, but just underwear in general.
I'm loving it.
All right. Let's try and crack some
Hey.
Furphys, boys. Let's try and see who can be victorious this week and trick us, you bloody sneaky bastards. Tom, Ash, and Dan, you're all sneaky. And don't be too hard on Chantelle. I know you guys didn't know she was rocking up. I brought
Did you guys write them together, or did you do like one each? Or
we pretty much. Well, Chantelle actually did most of the work. I'm like, I had to get some other stuff organised. I'm like, yeah, can you organise me a Furphy? And she said, oh, all right.
like, don't worry, I guarantee you'll be better than Drew.
I reckon you're going to get us this week. I reckon you're going to throw us for a loop, a different perspective.
A death loop.
And if it sucks, it's his fault.
Yeah.
It's the way he delivered it. It's not in the writing.
Basically, if it fools us, it was Chantelle. If we pick it, it was Drew.
Yeah.
It's a win-win situation.
So who wants to go
like
first?
those odds.
Not me, not us. Who wants to go first?
I'm happy to go first.
All right.
Go, Tom.
Let's go. Let's get ready for this interesting set of things. Righto. The first headline is parent suing after child left traumatized over Halloween display. Second headline is student told she doesn't exist following DNA kit result. And the third headline is a ninja with a sword assailed a US Army Special Operations unit in California.
Right. I'd like more information on all three if I could.
Yeah.
Why not? All right. So, 32-year-old first-time mum, Erica Saunders, has filed a report with the Washington Police Department, noting that a Halloween display on her road has left her daughter traumatized and in need of mental health help from professionals. The display in question has since become a talking point between what is one person's freedom to display decorations to celebrate certain holidays and what is deemed a menace to the public. Pictured, now, it was pretty good, is the scene of the now famous Redwood Close property depicting the famous children's icon Peppa Pig wielding a knife and chasing her brother George. The owner of the property is claiming that this is a display that she has used for a number of years and that cancel culture is getting out of control.
Is that out of control when you try to depict a children's TV character trying to murder its sibling?
There's so much of that on YouTube as well, just like, Peppa Pig, just like violence and stuff, like trying to catch out kids. It's actually quite a shit thing to do.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it really
It's
is.
taking something that's so innocent and just flipping it to the point where it's. Well, I've got kids. It's how do you let them roam free on the internet like we used to as we were kids? You just can't.
Yeah,
It's
it's
too
not
much.
it's not as innocent as Funny Junk was back in the day.
No. I was always
yeah,
on Newgrounds when I was a kid, so I don't know how innocent that was. I came across Polly the penis when I was just free roaming on the internet, so I don't know.
I mean, I was a big fan of Squirrel Says We on Funny Junk. That was a good one.
Yeah.
And End of the World.
Happy Tree
guys-
Friends. That's very actually.
Oh,
it's
Happy
actually-
Tree
yeah.
Friends was horrible. Well, it always could be worse, though. It could be they did it in the My Little Pony style, so let's be happy it wasn't that.
Nope.
The Happy Tree Friends, I really appreciate the episode when the moose, a tree falls on his leg, so he has to cut off his own leg to get out from the tree. But that,
I actually know the one. I know what happens.
yeah. Then at the end of the episode, he's like, "Oh, you cut off the wrong leg, so he's got to cut off the other one." So dumb.
It really is. Happy Tree Friends is always like one scene that stuck with me was like the anteater walks past an anthill and he's like, oh, a bit of a snack, and he sticks his tongue in there and the ants nail his tongue
Oh yeah.
into the floor and he can't get it back out and they're like cutting it and stuff. And there's a scene where like it keeps cutting between the ants and what they're doing to his tongue, and then like the anteater like trying to pull its tongue out but it can't get it out. But there's like one of the parts where it cuts back to the ants. One of them is grating his tongue with a cheese grater and the other one is squeezing lemon onto it.
Oh. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
people just, it's it's different now. It's next level.
We used to watch that at school. I think in the computer lab. So
Yeah, I used to watch that with one of my good friends, Araby Mackenzie, back in the day. She used to love it. Anyway, we've derailed this pretty early on.
I've completely forgotten what the stories are. So
Next one is student told she doesn't exist after following DNA kit result.
that's awesome.
Usually when people go on a journey to find out about themselves, they don't end up with more questions than before. Well, that's unless you're Lydia Ellen, who was told she didn't exist when she received her ancestry DNA results. Lydia, who asked to only be referred to by her first and middle name, asked her mum for medical records ahead of moving to university in Southampton. But after seeing her vaccination certificate, she noticed her MMR jab, usually given at around 18 months old, was dated as having been administered in July 1997. Lydia was born in May 1998, meaning that she couldn't possibly have received her jab a year earlier. I mean, that's just the brief paragraph from up the top, but that's what I got from that.
So I don't understand. Why doesn't she? Because it was administered a year early, she was told she doesn't exist?
I think she put that information in, or she was reading through the stuff that her mum had given her, and she'd already applied for the jab, or no, not the jab, sorry, the DNA test. I didn't fully read this story, and I just kind of grabbed the first few sections, so I was like, this will work. Probably should have read it a bit more. Next story was the ninja with a sword assailed
Or you
a
should
US
have
Army.
written a bit more, am I right, boys?
Yeah, I think you're right there, actually.
But would I have done it that bad? Like it didn't even...
Yes, you would have.
Fair enough.
I know Tom can write it pretty well.
Red
So
herring.
The triple bluff. It seems unlikely, but it did indeed happen. A man wearing a full ninja garb attacked members of the US Army Special Operations Unit in the middle of the night in the California desert, setting off a scramble for safety and resulting in at least 2 injuries, according to police and other records. The incident occurred a little after 1 a.m. on September 18th when authorities in Ridgecrest, California, got word of a sword-wielding man dressed as a ninja on the loose at Inyo Kern Airport in Kern Country, north of Los Angeles. Kern County Sheriff's deputies found the suspect had assaulted a victim at the scene with a sword and thrown a rock through a hangar window, hitting an individual victim in the head. That's all I had written down for that one as well.
Was he using Shadow Clone Jutsu?
Well, I mean, to hit someone through a window with a rock, not knowing what was on the other side, that's pretty good.
All right, I don't know about you guys, but I'm straight away going to go with story number 3, simply for the fact that the article started with the phrase, "It seems unlikely, but it did happen." I actually think it probably did happen, and it is true, but that just has really thrown me.
Red flags.
Like, surely not, but...
My whole section this week has just been red flags.
yeah, I mean, there are little moments in each story that have made me just go, "Ooh, it's a bit far fetched."
just put the red flags in one story, Tom. Make it a bit easy for us.
Make it obvious,
Jesus.
please.
I really should.
Yeah.
I really should.
What are you thinking, Chantelle, for the stories?
I don't know about 1 and 3, but I actually did read number 2, so.
Ooh.
But I was looking for
what
my own
she's saying
Furphys.
is it was actually written that poorly by the author.
Yeah, me.
I don't know
Tom
if I'm allowed
actually
to out you
published
like
that
that.
story on the internet so that we would think it was real.
Exactly.
Now that is some next level shit. Start up our own website. Yeah. All right. Well,
Extreme planning.
I'm gonna lock in number 1.
number 1, the parents suing the Halloween display.
The Peppa Pig that has been attacking its brother.
I'm going to say number 1 as well.
Okay.
Seems pretty inspired.
Are you two doing yours as a team, or are you going to pick a different one, Drew?
Should we be a team or should we be individual for our picking?
Well, I don't know. Did you make up your own Furphy?
Hey!
That's
Ooh,
fired.
sounds like you guys have to be a team then.
She
Yeah,
can
all right.
come back anytime.
Laying down the law.
Drew, your job's been taken.
Yeah, well, I don't mind.
The pod mother.
Oh, mother pod. Mother pod. Oh, pod mother. Oh, hell, pod mother.
I have no idea if that's a reference to something. To me, it sounds like you're having a crisis.
It is. I don't know. It is a bit of a crisis. All right.
All right.
So,
So they're
one,
both
one, and
number
3.
1. I'm number 3.
Well, I can tell you that story number 1 is in fact the Furphy.
Well done. I was going to go number 3. So anyway, so good. Chantelle saved me. Thank you.
Right, I'm happy to jump up next.
Well done. Well done, Tom.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got me. You got me good. Hook, line, and sinker.
That was just because they were all rubbish.
All right. Story number 1. Woman finds out that son's bride is her long-lost daughter on their wedding day.
Son's bride is long lost daughter. What the fuck? So they're siblings. That's weird.
This is in the southern states, yeah?
That's no good.
This is straight out of Alabama.
Together, but
Probably like the bride and groom are like, yeah, we knew. It's all good. That just makes it more
that just made
saucy.
it better.
It's legal down here.
Added
It's fine.
bonus.
Kentucky man marries sister.
Kentucky man fries chicken.
Story number 2. Groom goes missing. Bride marries wedding guest instead.
Ooh.
I mean, everybody wins.
Did that happen at the wedding you went to yesterday, Dan?
these-
Do you have a
these
wife
all
now?
actually happened. These are all just personal anecdotes from yesterday.
Dan's actually married now, guys.
Congratulations,
not
Dan.
through choice.
They call it
Congratulations.
the wedding term weeding.
And story number 3. Robots married in beautiful ceremony in Yokohama, Japan.
I can believe the robots one, but who
Yeah, I
knows?
definitely can. That seems like something the Japanese would do.
You can marry your Nintendo DS, so I don't know
I
why
have.
robots. Yeah, well, I would too. It's a beautiful system. I mean,
The only thing stopping
Mine's-
Drew from marrying his DS is the fact he's already married.
Mine's really stacked on the kilos since we said the vows, though.
It's really let those Joy-Cons go.
well, it's gone from a DS Lite to just like the big fat DS was came out.
The original Nintendo DS.
All right. Would you like to hear more?
Yes, Dan. Thank you.
All right. A woman attending her son's wedding was left in tears after she identified the bride as her long-lost daughter. The incident happened in Shuaizhou, Jiangsu province in China on March 31. The mother-in-law noticed a birthmark on her new daughter-in-law's hand that was very similar to the one on her lost daughter's hand. After spotting the birthmark, the woman approached the bride's parents and asked if she had been adopted. However, blah, 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 they went on to reveal that they had found a baby girl by the roadside. The story doesn't end there. There's more to come. The bride was now concerned about marrying her elder brother. Valid concern.
I'd be worried if she weren't.
However, the mother-in-law revealed there would be no objection to their marriage as the groom was also adopted.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
Twists
right.
and turns.
I didn't know Days of Our Lives had suddenly gone to China. The mum was actually resurrected after she'd died a few times as well.
Yeah, but they eventually edited out the Tiananmen Square episode.
Yikes. Story number 2. In a bizarre incident, the bride got married to a member of the marriage party from the groom's side after the groom disappeared mysteriously from the wedding venue. The incident happened 2 days ago in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, India. According to reports, the exchange of garland ceremony had taken place and the families were preparing for the main ceremony when the groom did a runner. Both families began frantically searching for the groom and the bride was distraught, obviously. After searching for a while, they came to the conclusion that he had legged it. Seeing the bride's family upset, one of the guests from the groom's side suggested that perhaps the marriage should be done with someone else from the groom's side. The bride's family zeroed in on one of the boys and their family, and they agreed.
I don't even know if I need to hear story number 3. I'm definitely going with that one. If a reporter has written the phrase, yes, he has legged it, I will lose faith in journalism around the
Shit
world.
like that has gotten us before, though, Ash. You know,
It has. It really has.
Some of these
Big in
articles,
Tom's
they
as
don't give a
well,
shit.
So.
Yeah.
And
Oh, God.
story number 3. In a world first, Japanese tech company Otsuka Corporation has held a wedding ceremony between 2 robots. Otsuka held the ceremony in the idyllic Sankeien Gardens between the Groombot and the BR1D3 on September 4th. The wedding was held to promote Otsuka's pioneering work into robotics, with all participants in the ceremony 100% mechanical from the celebrant to the best man. The bride and groom were able to recite their own vows, written for them by Otsuka's lead robot programmer Shigeru Abe. Sparks flew when the happy robot couple were invited to share their first kiss.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Wait, bro, did you bring the adapters?
Oh, shit, I forgot.
Shut up, I've got USB-C. What do they take?
Oh, it's just lightning
Imagine
jack.
if like robots to get high would just upload themselves with like buggy code
Oh, man, they put magnets on their CPU, remember?
when they want to get super fried. All right, I mean, well,
I have to go. I'm going number 2. If you're going, I don't care. I'm going number 2.
I'm going number 2 as well. My initial thinking is that number 1 sounds very plausible because I know that until somewhat recently, China had the one-child policy, and I know that it was actually kind of common for girls to be abandoned when they were born, if they were born a girl. And then number 3 just sounds like something that Japan would do. So I'm going with number 2 based on the phrase "legged it" being in the article.
What are you thinking, Chantelle? I'm thinking number 2 as well.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that one.
Okay.
Oh,
I feel like
unanimous
he's-
number 2.
Oh, he's
It's
fucked.
not.
Has he got
It's
us all?
number 3. He's
Number
got,
3.
Oh,
I put the phrase legged it in myself.
you dog.
But number 3 is the frothy fur for this week. There
You
was
got us
no
good.
robot marriage in Yokohama.
Got us good.
I bet there was, though, Dan. I think you're... I
Probably was, but
think there was.
It wasn't reported on.
unwittingly given us 3 real stories.
All right. Bastard.
All right, do you guys want to do your team one next, or do you want to go last?
Yeah, let's go last. Feeling a bit nervous.
So
All right, I'll go
that's
next then. All right, story number 1. World Porridge Making Championship. Savoury Italian dish with white wine and mushroom wins annual prize. Story number 2. Essex man attacked with a knife by disgruntled friend over forgetting to put sugar in his tea.
Don't blame me.
And story number 3. Wally the Wandering Walrus sets up home on a motorboat.
Wally the Wandering Walrus.
You guys can choose to know which one's real.
All right, so I'll give you some details on the stories if you would like.
Yes.
So I've only put down a little bit for 2 of them because they didn't need much information. But so story number 1. Most of us likely wouldn't stray far from raisins and berries when it comes to sprucing up our porridge, but a savoury dish containing mushrooms and white wine has won this year's World Porridge Making Championship. Other ingredients in the oat arancini made by Dutch food blogger Miriam Groot, who's 25, included vegetable stock, lemon zest, and pepper. Arancini are stuffed Italian rice balls that are coated in breadcrumbs and deep fried. Thank you for explaining what arancini is, article. In hers, Miss
told ya.
Groot used pinhead oatmeal instead of rice. All right, story number 2. Essex man attacks with a knife by disgruntled friend over forgetting to put sugar in his tea. 26-year-old Essex man Lewis, I think this last name is Buchanan. It is Buchanan. Was consoling his 29-year-old best friend Curtis Brown in his home after the friend had just discovered his partner had been unfaithful to him for quite some time. It was late in the afternoon when Lewis decided to make them both a cup of tea. But when Brown had his first sip of the aforementioned tea, he discovered that Buchanan had forgotten to add the 2 teaspoons of sugar. Brown then produced a large kitchen knife he acquired from his kitchen during a fit of rage before he left from his home and attacked Buchanan. When Brown was interviewed by police, he was incredibly remorseful and stated, "I don't know why I even took the knife. I don't know what I thought I was going to do with it. I was just so angry. I really wish I had just left it at home." Buchanan received 2 large lacerations to his right forearm, requiring 64 stitches.
Fuck.
And
If he was in the kitchen, why wouldn't he just get the sugar anyway?
Because he had a knife.
they weren't in the
not a
kitchen
spoon.
by this point. He made the tea in the kitchen and came back out. Or at least that's what I assume happened, reading the article. I don't think they were drinking the tea in the kitchen. Oh, wait, sorry. When you're saying he got the knife, no, he took the knife from his own kitchen before he left his own home.
Oh, it was
Right,
planned.
right,
So it
right.
wasn't just like, what? Where's my bloody sugar?
He just ran into the kitchen and took a... No, he had the knife on him. Okay,
Oh, that's okay then.
Story
Just
number
like-
3.
Me going to the MCG. So I'm just come from work. It's fine.
You should have then attacked the security lady.
Don't forget my sugar.
Story number 3. Wally the Wandering Walrus sets up home on a motorboat. Europe's famous Wandering Walrus has pitched up off the Kokork coast. Dubbed Wally, the Arctic animal has been on a journey of thousands of miles, which stops in the UK, France, and as far south as Spain. He reappeared in Co Waterford last week, and now the mammal has holed out on a boat belonging to... Oh, God. Clanacalty Distillery in West Court. Adam Collins, a distillery spokesperson, told Sky News the company has agreed to allow Wally to use the boat for as long as needs and not to be moved until a more permanent solution can be found. The boat is ordinarily used to forage for rock samphire, a botanical used in gin production. The large sea mammal, thought to be around 4 years old, has reportedly sunk one small boat and damaged several others on his visit to Cork.
Alrighty.
Okay, but what if they didn't? Well, we'll let the walrus. He's already using it. What are you going to do if he said?
That's one of the best power plays I've ever seen. I'm just going to park it here and it's mine now.
Can't do shit. I might even sink it. You'll just watch. Now, Tom did state that he knows that one of these is true, so he's going to guess last.
I know
okay.
2 of them that are true.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh,
there you
well,
go.
you've got it then, you bastard.
All right. So what I'm thinking at the moment is the walrus, Wally the Wandering Walrus. Say that 10 times fast. I'm thinking that one sounds real.
Well.
I'm leaning towards the angry Essex man. Does sound very plausible, but yeah, just a hunch in my gut that's telling me number 2.
I'm leaning towards number 2 as well. What do you think? As far as the ones go, because I think I don't know, the walrus one could be real. I'm believing that one. Ash has got me if that's his furphy. But
Samphire, I can also say it's a real, unless he's gone like to my depths of research, Samphire is a real coastal herb. I've used it in cooking before. Like tiny little pods that will stack up about that long per thing, maybe even longer. but
listen,
they're
Tom,
like
you
little
know the
sections of
answer. If
pods.
you're trying to throw us off here, mate, I will fucking end you.
Oh, hey, why would I do that? I've got
Get
nothing to win here.
Tom will
Nothing to
never be
lose.
invited onto Crackin Furphys again.
No, we will out of spite. You got to keep your enemies close, you know. You know I'm joking, Tom. I love you.
Yeah, wow. Love you too, man.
Just like fuck you, Drew. So yeah, what are you thinking, Chantelle? We've got to lock in our answer. Number 1 or number 2 or 3? How do you feeling about all of them?
Porridge, tea, or walrus?
So the porridge, I got no idea about the porridge.
What a
one.
selection.
Kind of forgotten about the porridge story.
I'll have the pickled walrus, please.
Yum.
I don't know. I mean, swapping out oats for rice doesn't seem too far-fetched.
Sounds gross though. Doesn't
Yeah.
sound very nice.
I reckon I'd eat that. I reckon it actually is just like a risotto.
Yeah, but
I've
you
done
would.
Done it
You
before.
would,
It
Dan.
is- It is exactly like a risotto.
I kind of want
I
to
can see
try
where she's
it.
coming from.
Yeah,
Sorry?
Tom, when we're all down in Millicent, you're making that for us.
All right.
Mm.
Got no problems
Wait,
with
You
When
better
Ash
use
breaks
some
free.
samphire.
that. Yeah, well,
And if I don't like it, I'll throw a knife at you.
completely valid.
All right, you can make the decision.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to.
I don't want to either. I'll let the whole team down.
All the tension. The big call coming up here.
Tension round.
Yeah, big tent.
The tension round.
Just you don't know this, but we've installed fireworks in your house, and if you get this wrong, they will go off.
If you get this wrong, you actually have to name your son Biff.
Please get it wrong.
Or Biffany.
Big Biff. Number two.
All right,
Number two.
All right, Tom, do you want to reveal which one of my stories is the Furphy?
It is.
You better not get it
Anyway,
wrong.
but Essex.
It is anyway, but Essex. I've done pretty poorly this week, it seems. Everybody got it.
Nice. Cool. Well, I didn't let us down, Chantelle. Thank God.
The only reason I know is because I must have been on the same one or two websites, and I was about to put them both in as my stories. And I'm like,
No way.
nah, I'm not gonna. I don't know why.
You made the right decision. All right, definitely would have gotten yours. I would have been frantically trying to throw some new real stories together while you were doing yours as well, so I could still do mine.
I wasn't sure how I was going to fit Peppa Pig in between arancinis and a walrus.
Probably as a small pork cutlet.
Or maybe a little bit of bacon.
Well, I think that's what Peppa was going for. She's
Making
hungry.
bacon pancakes.
Peppa Pig.
Right, now we're up for the main event.
Yes, here we go, boys. The first
Twice
team
the pain.
efforts in Crackin Furphys.
Will it pay off? Maybe. Maybe it will. So, all right. Story number 1. UK man attempts party trick and burns down house. Story number 2. North Carolina man forgot about a $195,000 lottery ticket. And story number 3. Man lost at sea for 29 days, says it was a nice break.
It's just Ash.
And we can all relate to that. We can all
3
relate to
days
that.
in, and this is a pretty nice break, so that seems very plausible.
Yeah, could you imagine what your home life must be like if it's like you lost at sea? Like, fuck, it's just nice and quiet out here. It's great.
Probably he wasn't even lost. He just went out and fucking dropped anchor.
Yeah, he went to the side of a gin distillery in Cork Island. Made friends with the walrus.
He was just really fat, and they thought he was an animal. Had big teeth.
I really hope the party trick is the guy trying to light his farts on fire, and it's just like set everything off.
I really hope that's not the party trick, but I would
I
love
bet you
some
it
more
is.
information if we could get some.
All right, so we got 3 dot points for each one. So story number 1, the UK man attempts party trick and burns down house. So Sam Everett attempts to ignite his fart on fire with a cigarette lighter at his brother's 21st birthday party. The party trick was performed at their family home in Essex, which set the curtain alight. The parents were holidaying in Sicily, Italy, and were devastated to find their home went up in flames, causing £50,000 of damage, and were not insured.
Essex has been busy.
Yeah,
The
we
only
had the
way is
double
Essex.
Essex Furphy this week.
So, story number 2, North Carolina man forgot about his lottery ticket. So, quote, I don't put lottery tickets... I haven't read any of these stories, by the way. Chantelle got them, so... quote, I don't buy lottery tickets very often. It just so happened I picked up a good day to buy one. Gregory Warren took home $130,000 after required state and federal withholdings. Quote, I think it will go into business mowing lawns. I've got a 14-year-old son and I want to get a business started so he'll have something to do when he graduates from high school.
His son must be dumb as fuck if that's what he's planning to do with his future.
Very optimistic, thinking he'll graduate high school.
Obviously, he can just start up and become a branch of Jim's mowing. What's he thinking?
I mean, to be fair, like, you know, he might not know what he wants to do yet. So having a couple of years just working hard, saving up money, mowing lawns, it's not a bad thing. You bloody snobs. All right? I'm sick of this discrimination
People
around
that
here.
mow lawns actually get paid quite well. So it actually is a pretty good.
Yep,
pretty
my
good job.
grandma
Really easy.
pays $10 for her, like, meter by meter lawn to get mowed. And they go around the whole block doing that. So they'll make about $100 in an hour, I reckon.
Yeah,
Just
they
doing that.
do get paid quite well, and it is easy work.
Anyway, didn't mean to get so aggressive there. It's all good, boys.
How fucking dare you talk shit about people mowing lawns?
You've changed, man.
It's like last week I just signed up to be like a lawnmower. That's why I'm so upset.
He's
Drew
actually just
is now
the
the
face
heel
of
of
Jim's
the
mowing
stream.
marketing at the moment. They're changing all of Jim's faces to Drew.
Drew's mowing. Just like, yeah, no one wants me mowing their lawn. And story number 3, a man lost at sea for 29 days says it was a nice break. Two blokes, Lave and Junior, a pair of sailors of the Solomon Islands, set out to travel New Georgia Island, but their GPS system failed and left them lost on the high seas. They managed to survive on oranges that they had aboard the boat, as well as coconuts that floated by on the sea. And they collected rainwater in a canvas sheet to drink. Eventually, they were rescued by a fisher off the coast of New Britain in Papua New Guinea. He added, quote, "We don't know where we were, but we did not expect to be in another country." All right, they're the dot points we got anyway. So they're the 3 stories. What do we think?
I'm feeling Essex seems quite shifty this week.
No, the fact that I was dumb enough to call what was going to happen means it has to be true.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I don't know the odds of having 2 Furphys just randomly written about Essex on the same night.
I want to go the citrus and coconut naval core. I'm going to go number 3.
Number 3, the man lost at sea for 29 days.
Yeah, what are
Lost
you going
seaman.
for, Dan?
I am going to go. Wait, so we've got Lost at Sea, Essex on Fire. What was the other one? Sorry.
Essex on fire, and the man who forgot about his winning lottery ticket.
Ah, yes, Drew's mowing.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Essex.
Essex? Yeah.
I do like how we all just were like, oh yeah, people forget about their lottery tickets all the time. Like that's baseline normal for us.
The only reason I'm not thinking that one is because it says that it was a pretty small win.
Yeah, it's
Well,
only
in
only
comparison,
100K.
and you don't need, because like the lotteries in the
I wouldn't
US go incredibly high, so you don't actually need that many numbers to win that amount of money. I don't think. So it probably is easy to forget about lotto tickets in the US.
I wouldn't forget about that much money though. That's a nice little investment.
But then again, I don't know why the article would mention him talking about starting a mowing business if it's about a forgotten lotto tickets. However, I am going to go for number 3 because I've done this all 3 times with my choices. And it stung me both times so far. I just want to believe that no reporter would call it the high seas in this day and age. So I'm going to go with number 3 based on that. It's going to sting me again, though.
The sober seas.
So we got Ash number 3. Tom, what were you again? Sorry,
Yeah, I went the number 3 as well.
number 3, and Dan
He went number 1.
Yeah.
number 1. All right, I can confirm the Furphy was number 1.
Ooh.
Well done. Yes.
Essex is on fire, except it's not
What a
actually.
shifty place. What a shifty place.
What are the odds we both happen to write our Furphys about Essex?
Yeah, so yeah, we were just sat there. We're like, oh, what do we do? So it's just like, Chantelle's like, what if we do a man who tried to light his fart on fire? I'm like, oh, that'll do. Then Tom's like, oh, well, it's going to be someone lighting his fart on fire. I'm like, ooh, great minds think alike here, Tom. Well,
Well, there you go.
there you
There
go.
you go.
Essex, now we just know in the future, Essex is a red herring. If anybody does something about Essex,
It's a trigger word.
it is.
Yeah, so next week we'll be like, we'll actually find articles about Essex.
Just about Essex. I'll just look up Essex news.
Yeah.
We're going to hear that.
Or we'll just have all our Furphys just be from Essex next week.
The Essex episode.
Can we make that?
The Essex
We just
zone.
try and find as much Essex-based news as we can.
Yeah, we'll do the Essex-sode.
I like it.
That's good.
The downside to that is if everyone's Googling Essex, everyone reads
We're all
the
going to
same
know all
shit.
of the articles.
Yeah, true.
And the internet will think Essex has suddenly become interesting.
Though Essex, I think, actually is a pretty wild place. Like,
Yeah,
it's a pretty
just
rough
just a
area.
quick Google search for the word Essex.
So
Dog
what
starts house fire in Essex by turning on microwave.
Hell yeah.
Pigeon rolling.
like, because
Essex.
Essex is pretty wild, we could almost do if we were going to do that, we could do an episode where 2 of the articles are fake and 1 is real. That would make them harder to get, probably.
Yeah.
Tomatoes found growing in human sewage in Essex.
Take a bite out of those.
Well, they probably do eat them in Essex.
Essex-based parrot picks car locks. What is going on in Essex?
Essex-based parrot.
It's a lawless place.
Imagine coming out just seeing a fucking parrot picking the lock on your car. That's the most Essex thing I've ever heard.
Then like the pirate comes like, come on, let's go. Drives off in it.
You said you could do this.
Golly, what a pickpocket.
One of his little talons is holding a Glock and another one like a lockpick.
Oh dear. Well, boys, that brings us to the end of another episode. Thank you guys very much for joining us, and Chantelle, thank you for sitting in and helping me with the stories. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
How did you find doing your first podcast, talking into a microphone?
I don't know.
She's not sold on the idea.
She's like, you know what, this is bullshit.
I think my cheeks have been red the whole time. Like,
That's all right. For most people, it's just an audio medium, so no one will know. Well, they will now, but
You've just outed yourself here
Yeah, the worst bit about it is like,
to those
You know-
5 people listening.
to the very like vivid imagination people, it's just like, you just hear red cheeks. You're like, oh, red cheeks.
actually, just on the subject of there's 5 people listening, I have a very brief anecdote to share. I rang my mum last night because she tried to ring me and I missed it. And I was just talking to her on the phone, and it sounded like there was a lot of people in the background. I was like, "Where are you? Like, why are there so many people in the background?" She's like, "Oh, it's just Pat, who's like her partner. She's listening to your podcast." I was like, "No way! What are the odds of that?"
What a mistake they've made.
Apparently, he really likes it. He listens to it every week.
Oh, really? That's
My
awesome.
man.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Pat, you're a legend.
Pat, you're a bloody legend. Come and crack a furphy with us one day.
Yeah, we'll have to get him on. He'd be really good at this. He's good at spinning tales.
Yeah. Well, anything else we'd like to touch on before we head on out the bar?
Ash, are you still doing your quarantine stream?
Yeah.
To be decided, yeah. I think I should be able to, but I don't yet because my internet situation isn't how it should have been. I'm still waiting on a new SIM card. It was meant to come today because I'm using a 4G stick
Yeah.
that I plugged into my computer, and because the SIM card I have at the moment is prepaid, and the rates for prepaid mobile data are just exorbitant.
Yeah.
It's like I put a
maybe-
bit more on tonight because I was worried that I wouldn't have enough. It was $30 for 12 gigabytes. It's just insane, and obviously 40 hours of streaming is going to use quite a bit more than that.
Get
Yeah.
a Vax and you can bump it up to 5G.
I've had my first dose. Halfway there.
Hey.
Yeah.
So you're only at 2.5G at the moment?
Yeah, so the stick's actually outperforming me.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. If you'd like to support the show, you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts, or you can also just catch it live here on twitch.tv/iDruby or yeah. Anyway, I can't reach my sound panel, so
what do
You
need I push my sound panel with a rag on a stick.
here's my rag on a stick, all right? Catch you later, boys.
Peace out, hombres.
Crackin Furphys is lovingly crafted and recorded in the southeast of South Australia. The show is produced and hosted by me, Drew Agnew, and my co-hosts are Ash Wallace, Daniel Treadray, and Thomas McRobert. If you enjoy my work here as well as on my other podcasts, The House of Mario, Encore at The House of Mario, and A Drew Story, help spread the word by sharing us with a mate or leaving a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you would like to show further support and help me achieve my goal of freeing up one working day a week to spend more time refining and creating podcasts, please consider checking out patreon.com/idruby, where for only $1 you get access to my secret recordings where I share everything behind the scenes. A big thank you to the legend DJ for supporting the content at the podcast producer level on Patreon. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.